that, and it looks like they're going to favor the Grave side of that matchup.
But this does mean that Dakun will have grabs at the Ribbon, and YK played it to great success in their series yesterday. Weba also more than capable of piloting the Ribbon as well, and she's someone that you can funnel a lot of gold into as well. However, Dakun not grabbing the rune quite yet. They're making sure that they have a priority on the Varus, which hasn't really been picked up in other series today, but knowing that Dakun, when you go back to talking about Weba, can only succeed if the rest of the foundation and supporting cast around him is doing well in those lanes, because if they're doing well in their lanes, then Weba doesn't have to worry about trying to facilitate and protect them. He can just farm to his own content.
Yeah, he gets access to all of the jungle camps, he gets access to all of the lane farm as well, and we're talking about priority for these other lanes. I like this start from Tribe. It kind of cuts off the ability to go for some other engaged supports. However, for Dakun Gaming, I think that this also kind of opens up some enchanter play that we've been seeing. Nami, the Lulu here for Emo. And with this Varus, it should be very easy for them. If you miss those arrows, that is a window for Tribe to try to attack this bot lane. And with Twisted Fate now, I just wonder, what is Tribe's response? You have a pretty strong movable mid lane that can kind of cheat and help Hueba if they go for an invade or if they go for a side lane gank.
Nami called down once. You're getting pretty good at it.
It's a strong pairing.
Have you considered being an analyst?
No. I'll leave that for all the boys that are much smarter than me and not hard stuck Emerald with like 65%.
Hey man, if Smacks didn't leave you when he was climbing to Diamond, you know, I think we could have all been there.
Regardless of my own struggles, we got to worry about what Tribe could do here. I mean, we've seen some marksmen. Now, yes, Akshan is banned, but starting as a mid lane assassin is kind of going to look to pop off. And for everybody at home, you're seeing Garen. We've seen Garen a little bit in the Horizon Cup, but Chuck, in his humble beginnings in Wildrift, he is a Garen and Darius 2-trick. So we'll have to see if he can pull out the hand of Demacia, dish out some justice.
The solid frontliner that just kind of runs in.
Oh my god, damage. Starting.
But starting, if you've been paying attention to starting Twitter before the boys set sail for Singapore and did their quarantine process, starting had a bunch of clips popping off on Lucian solo queue.
Lucian was a pretty sick mid laner for the time being, and we're going to get to see it again. This is something that, you know, he's already shown a little bit of proficiency in with the marksman. It's not quite an Akshan with the amount of oh my god! Hueba on the Rengar. We've been talking about him having 70% of his damage of the gold share, whatever the stat is. At this point, it's KP. That's what it is. 70% would be illegal in damage. But this champion, you want to talk about hard carries? We were saying, okay, the Jax is gone, the Fiora is gone, the Graves was taken away. I was thinking we were going to kind of sink into some of those B-tier junglers, talking about the Xin Zhao and the sword, but he just reaches immediately for this champ.
Rengar was a dominant champion a couple patches ago. And then
it was disgusting.
The balance team was like, yeah, you know what? Rengar is like just annihilating people with Trinity Force and just a bruiser build. And that's not really fair to marksman players, you know.
It's never fair to the marksman players. It's fine. Like, we may have a fourth of the roster in Wildrift in marksman champions, but just this role, I'm not going to get too much into it. I'm not going to get into my personal struggles. We already talked about my win rate. I do want to just take a look. Mark, you're a better jungler than I. What do you think about this Rengar here?
Oh, dude. So, like, the thing about Rengar is because you can get access to level 5 pretty fast, your skirmishing early on is pretty reliant on bushes and just waiting for enemies to walk into your jungle so that you can jump on them. Because Rengar base damage early on is decent. It's nothing to, like, be super happy about when you're going up against something like a Xin Zhao or Lee Sin, who will stat check you. But against the Graves doesn't want to take those fights early on, and so both are looking to scale in their own outright. And with every single item power spike that Rengar gets, he just gets stronger and stronger and gets closer to the threshold where the bar for how easy it is for him to assassinate a squishy like starting Solution or old school Xayah just gets so easy.
Yeah, that time to kill becomes very, very short for this Rengar. So we'll have to see what Dakun Gaming can get out as we are going into game 1 here of Tribe versus Dakun Gaming. Tribe trying to look for an upset victory here, and Dakun trying to continue their supremacy here in Group A.
The dominance that Dakun Gaming have demonstrated these past couple of days in Horizon Cup are nothing to scoff at. Only praises for this roster from China. They have absolutely surprised us all, and how incredible they've been. Weibo getting chased out of his own jungle, though, in the early game. Tribe with the early game plan, saying we're taking the fight to you, but this invade is getting a little short-sighted here. The red buff has reset 2-3 times already.
Very sloppy coming out from Tribe. We saw this in their game 3 against TSM, where they went for an early invade, straight into a dive. They sent their bot lane over. They just weren't able to find it. That's really painful for Tribe.
Yeah, well, before the action continues breaking out, make sure you don't miss out on content you're already paying for by linking your Prime account with your Wildrift account, where you can receive a random skin chest thanks to our friends at Prime Gaming.
Any primers?
Any primers
in chat? You can go ahead and pick that up. I like the skins in Wildrift. I like to see them in game. Character models are so good. I see a bunch of other stuff, especially in the loading screen. Turns really sick.
And now Tribe are actually kind of bringing a little bit of a North American Cloud9 flavor with the dual mid from Old School and Max Green. Now, before we kind of saw this as a way to help maintain mid control and gain easy access to Scuttle Crab priority for the jungler. However, Weibo's unfaltered by that, because Dakun already rotated Emo into the mid lane as well, and now they're going for a dive on to Chuck. Oh no, starting I should say, because they put Chuck over to the dragon side of the map, and starting is a very squishy marksman. That's just first blood for Doc.
This is incredibly favorable for Dakun Gaming. You see their team, it's a huge pick composition, and with how squishy Tribe are, the lane allocations have to be incredibly careful. And if Max Green and Old School can't find an advantage in the mid lane versus this TF, then moving starting over to the top side, getting that ignite out from him, does no favors for them. So Dakun saying thank you, take the handshake, and punish the upstart mid laner here for Tribe.
And just the coordination between YK and Weibo, they had the barrier to take one more turret shot. Dakun Gaming, they're just too damn clean with it, Dimitri.
They're pretty good. I'm glad that they're able to punish. You know, when someone throws the ball, someone has to catch it, right? And Dakun doing a fantastic job recognizing there's a Lucian in the top lane, and we're crashing a pretty nice wave as Renekton. Let's just kill him. Why do we have to respect that he's a ranged champion? Just kill him.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
Dakun, within 3 minutes into the game, already pushing themselves to about a 2,000 gold lead, where it's just kind of bleeding all over the map. A few hundred over to Yo, a few hundred over to Weibo in terms of their opposition in comparison. Now, Chuck has resumed a lot of the normal starting lanes. Weibo is level 6, has access to throw the hunt. Now, T-Tigers is going to jump right on him. Yeah, they have the Goon Squad as well, with Yo porting in on the Destiny Gate. Dakun just propelling themselves.
The early game dominance coming out from Dakun and some of the missteps that we saw from Tribe mean that Dakun, they have priority in the mid lane. They can move on over. They know that this top lane is not going to be a threat, especially if YK can kind of move on over. And we saw that they were kind of playing in fog. Dakun, they had moved their their mid laner and the bot lane duo throughout the river and bot side. They were trying to take control of vision as well as just playing in the fog of war. You don't know where they are. Gets level 5 for Yo, moves on over, gets a kill onto Tigers. This is a really, really tough position if you're a Tribe right now.
He already has the Trinity Force. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Now
he has so much gold.
Yeah, he's almost 4K at the bank at almost 4 minutes into the game. Dakun already rotating on over to the Rift Herald. T-Tigers is here to support Chuck, but Weibo is waiting in the wings, waiting in this tri-bush as he locks down these front camps. Tribe up the Rift Herald as well. Weibo circling around with YK. He pops the Dominus. I guess he was waiting for Chuck to face check here. Weibo is not going to pop the hunt. Oh.
You almost went for it. Look, I respect it, but look, like, there's so many blinking health bars here. Max Green is gonna have to go down.
Glacial Fissure onto the back line, trying to pop damage onto Emo. Wind is rotating on over.
Oh!
Mechanical Corruption, the CC onto Ultimate is going to mark him for death. And Daku Gaming just tearing through Tribe. They find one onto YK, but it's a triple for Wind as he finds another one onto Chuck.
There's no Zinzal, but it is just a lightning strike after continuous ones. Wind just finding piercing arrows into the hearts of Tribe. This is such a dominant start here for Daku. They don't get the Rift Herald, yes, but they get to get a ton of kills. And it's just how much they're kind of just whittling away at the HP bars of Tribe. The pick compositions we had talked about earlier, the damage is unmitigated against Tribe. And it's just, I mean, they find the kill. Looks like we have a little bit of incredibly hard. His team is playing for him. I'm sure some of the other junglers, like yourself, would love to see that. But yeah, this is just a fantastic start to a team fight. Again, look at how this starts. Max Green already low HP, so the Braum not able to do anything. Because the trade that we saw from YK in the Baron lane earlier on, Chuck on this Garen is not able to provide as much utility as someone that we expect from a Garen, right? This champion is a stat stick. You must be this tall to ride to be able to beat a Garen. And Dakud are well and above the height requirement for that one.
Yeah, they are past that point, and Tribe are starting to scramble in the early game. And we will look at what this composition is supposed to do. Essentially a triple marksman roster with 2 frontliners who are supposed to absorb all this damage. But Dakun Gaming, they have just held themselves 5,000 gold ahead before 6 minutes into the game. Every single game that we've been looking at on the series on the top of the day, I don't think no one has achieved this much of an advantage this fast.
They have not gotten this explosive, right? We've had back and forth fights. TSM obviously not able to find the win against Rolster, but I mean, still putting up a pretty decent fight. Even the Team Queso game we got to see earlier on was a pretty close one to Sengoku and Zero. Dakun are just showing why they're favorites to make it out in that first seed. And now I want to take a look, Rafa, as to what Dakun do now from this position, right? It is continue to get Hueva some resources and then move that and continue to blow up a lot of the squishy members. Even T-Tigers, you would think Graves has the Bloodthirster, has a lot of built-in armor already thanks to the kit, but against someone like Hueva, the challenge might be level lead. It's going to be too much to hold.
Hueva is also working towards some durability items.
Syrinx or Black Cleaver? That's the real question.
In the past, it's been Sterix. You know, we'll get there. You know, either or. I wouldn't question Hueva's build, like, because Hueva is just looking like the best player in the tournament so far. So whatever he says is just it's law.
So if he built a Leandri's Anguish or Torment,
I wouldn't question it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Hueva can do whatever he wants. I mean, look at this. Just easy
literally,
pick.
Yeah. Okay, well, silver lining here for Tribe. They got 2 plates from the mid lane, but in trade, their jungler goes down. T-Tigers, a pretty big voice for this team when talking to the players. He's obviously a world champion in himself alongside most of his other roster, but this is a guy who has a ton of experience in other mobile esports and needs to kind of stay stalwart in this game, right? Yes, it is very much in favor of Dakun. But if there's ever an avenue, if there's ever someone that I expect for them to kind of be the go button and the trigger for Tribe to do something, it is this jungler.
T-Tigers gonna have to see if he can farm his way back into this game. He's working on less resources to really farm himself up with. They spot out Hueva in this top side of the map. There's a few members being dedicated to this turret push on the dragon side of the map. Dakun will take out the first turret, going for first break of gold. Hueva using the thrill of the hunt, getting vision onto the members of Tribe in this river. Nod doesn't necessarily want to go in on them because Yo is already on the top side of the map and won't get an effective use out of Destiny 4 without the rest of Dakun backing him up. But Hueva, they're now enacting farm side lane as jungle.
Yes, I actually think this might be a sin as we're talking about the Church of Hueva here for Dakun Gaming. See that the TF is doing the Raptor camp. Buddy, That's valuable golden experience that Hueva could be getting at this time. If you look at Yo, he's finished the 2 items he needs. He's got Roa, he's got RFC. If you ever get into any kind of extended range of Twisted Fate, that's a gold card straight to the face, and you have to expect a solo laner or a jungler is going to just pop out of Fog of War and take you down. Probably also Hueva.
Yo, basically what All Battery is saying, you're done. You don't need to farm anymore. All of your farm
belongs to Hueva.
Yep. All of your gold, it's now property of Hueva because he's the carry. He's going to be the one that is popping off in these team fights and annihilating the hopes and dreams of Tribe Game.
Speaking of, okay, well, there you go. There's the collateral damage. Hueva is going to stop Tigers from picking up his Krugs. There's a dragon that's spawning. Unless Tribe are feeling expertly bold, I think this is also going to be their Rift Herald. Look at this positioning from Yo. That might just be starting going down.
Now Max Green gets annihilated, and the rest of Tribe are trying to come in as reinforcements, but the fight is already over. Dakun got all that they wanted. They're 8,000 gold up 10 minutes into the game. Just slowly strangling the life out of Tribe in this first game of the series.
Yes. DKG just moving across the map swiftly and wanting to make sure that their opponents are unable to act. Some pretty massive paralysis is starting.
Yikes!
Rooted. There's no use for the QSS. It's not enough. The Rift Herald gets summoned. The ultimate is blown by Old School. And that might just be Chuck being found as well.
Dimitri, I know we were past the Halloween season, but Stam Hueva is spooky as he's just popping out of bushes and he's just destroying members of Tribe one by one. Dakun Gaming and the rest of this squad are on a rampage. They have this Rift Herald crashing, taking out 2 turrets in the blink of an eye. A dragon is up for the taking.
There's just nothing that Tribe can do as Dakun are exerting their pressure and supremacy across the map. We can see a 12-minute inhibitor here as the next wave is going to roll on through, and it has only been mid lane. There's 3 turrets for Dakun, 2 of which are there. Is a single Rift Herald push that knocks down a lot of the stand-in gold here for Tribe. It is a dragon in their back pocket as well. And Dakun, they're pushing to be undefeated in this group as we get to the axe 0.1% replay.
I mean, Hueva gave starting no chance. He was just starting to recall and then did dead.
Might be a little bit mean, but the 0.1% I think is also the chance that Tribe get back into this game. It's a pretty damning goal lead for them.
Now, this is just an example of the awesome power of Dakun Gaming.
Yes.
And when they get going, for anyone that is tuning into Wildrift Esports and they're just getting a taste of this powerhouse in China, I mean, now Tribe, they're trying to answer back. Glacial Fisher goes wide. The rest of Tribe not really landing their abilities on the Dakun and just turn off the camera. This isn't safe for work anymore.
Keep it going. I want to see Dakun just slaughter this team right now. Look at how good they're doing.
You want to see them slaughter your own homeboys?
Yes, I am here to see good Wild Rift, and it just happens to so come from the Chinese region right now. Dakun are putting their foot down. They want no more of this game. They don't want to have any kind of doubts that they're the best teams in this group, and possibly in Horizon Cup right now. They're going to continue to put Tribe into the dirt right now. And for Dakun, it is how clean they can close this out for them.
We can't show it to you, but Smax is just curled up on the analyst death stage. He knew it was coming. We all knew it was coming. I was, hopeful that maybe we could, game 1 get a little bit of a fighting chance for Tribe, but man, this is just the awesome power of Dakun Gaming. This is how lethal of a force that they are being in this tournament at Horizon Cup. They're taking the Baron, no contest whatsoever from Tribe, because they can't even get in. Any member that walks up within the jungle quadrant entrances themselves from the base, Yo can TP in with Destiny Gate. Wable will run at you 1,000 miles an hour and just eliminate you from the game.
Yeah, take a look at this, just how much range they're able to utilize. YK goes in, that's the inhibitor down, the ultimate as well. I think Chuck is going to have to pay for the sins of his team, as this might just be it, Rafa. They're going to go for the end.
T-Tigers had the recall, but he doesn't even get a chance to come back in time.
That's it.